Good morning. Today, Thursday, 19 October 2015. Paper highlights read by Christina Arulselvam. You're listening to AthavanNews.com. Now we look at the paper highlights from today's newspaper, Daily Mirror. The main headline says from Daily Mirror, approved. Cabinet approved MS memo on executive presidency. The cabinet yesterday gave approval to the memo presented by President Maithripala Sirisena to abolish the executive presidency and to introduce the new electoral reforms to do away with the much criticized proportional representative system, a cabinet minister said yesterday. Another news highlight from Daily Mirror, Industry and Commerce Minister Rishad Badoudi said yesterday that the Consumer Affairs Authority had brought a new set of maximum retail price for 6 additional essential consumer items, and these would apply with immediate effect. Another news highlight from Daily Mirror, open warrant to arrest Gnana Sarothera. Open warrant to arrest Secretary of Bodubala Sena Venerable Gadugalatte Gnana Sarothera was issued by Mathugama Acting Magistrate Hemantha Samarasekara. Another news highlight from Daily Mirror, the headline says, MP Roshan released. Polonnaruwa District Parliamentarian Roshan Ranasinghe was released on Wednesday by the Polonnaruwa Court on 2 personal bails. Another news highlight from Daily Mirror, executive presidency abolition after MS term end. Minister Mangala Samaravir said yesterday that abolishing of the executive presidency would come into effect at the completion of tenure of President Sirisena. More news highlight from Daily Mirror, child left on tank bund, mother tells her story. The mother of 3-year-old boy who had been abandoned near the bathing spot on the bund of the Mahakandadaruwa tank in Mihintale surrendered to the Mihintale police. Another news highlight from Daily Mirror, Venerable Sobhita Thera dismissed, GOMA warns probe. The Government Medical Officers Association yesterday requested President Maithripala Sirisena to launch a comprehensive, impartial, shift investigation into the death of Chief Incumbent of Kotte Sri Nahaviharaya, Venerable Madhuluave Sobhita Thera. More news highlight from Daily Mirror, I was not pulled by PM, Rajitha. Health Minister Rajitha Senaratne said yesterday that he had not been pulled by Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe for making comments on avant-garde controversy. Another news highlight from Daily Mirror, probation center girls released and pushed into prostitution. Gampala police have received information on an organized group that undertake guardianship of girls who reach the age of 18 while the probation and use them for prostitution. More news highlight from Daily Mirror, the headline says, custom bust illicit feg record. A large single detection of illicit cigarette consignment estimated to be over 355 million in value was seized by Customs Post Clearance and Audit Division on January 9, 2015, a day following the presidential election. Another news highlight from Daily Mirror, secret detention camp unwicked. The United Nations Working Group on Enforced or Involuntary Disappearance yesterday said found an unofficial detention center operating within the confines of Navy camp in Trincomalee, where detainees had been held for prolonged periods and likely tortured. Now let's move to the paper highlights from today's newspaper, Daily News. The main headlines from Daily News, Cabinet not for abolishing executive presidency. The Cabinet yesterday approved 2 cabinet papers submitted by President Maithripala Sirisena aiming the abolishing executive presidency and changing the existing electoral system. Another news highlight from Daily News, Ranjan goes to bribery commission against Senadipati and Rajitha's secretary. Social Empowerment and Welfare Deputy Minister Ranjan Ramanayaka yesterday logged a complaint with the Commission of Investigate allegation of bribery or corruption against Avant-Garde Maritime Security Services Chairman Major Nishanka Senadipati and Health Minister Rajitha Senaratne's secretary. Another news highlight from Daily News. Chatur Dinesh charged his father took money from Avantgarde chairman. Parliamentarian Chatur Sena Ratna, the son of Health Minister Dr. Rajitha Sena Ratna, denied a charge that his father had taken money from the Avantgarde Maritime Security Services chairman Major Nishanka Senadipati. Another news highlight from Daily News. 13 saved after three-wheeler topple. 13 persons, including 8 school children who were traveling in a three-wheeler, were rescued by the group of youths when the three-wheeler toppled into the Kandalama tank. Another news highlight from Daily News. Lankan made to be stoned to death. SLBFE appeals. A Saudi Arabian court has sent a Sri Lankan woman to death by stoning after she confessed to committing adultery. The woman, a mother of 2 from Colombo, was sentenced by the court in Saudi capital Riyadh. The woman reportedly confessed before court to committing adultery with another Sri Lankan expatriate worker. The Sri Lankan male worker who was involved in the case has been sentenced to 100 lashes. More news highlight from Daily News. Female suicide bomber jihadist killed in Paris assault. A female suicide bomber blew herself up and one another jihadist died in a police raid in Paris on Wednesday as explosion and automatic gunfire range out the operation targeting the suspect mastermind of last week attacks. The pre-dawn riots and the northern suburb of Saint Denis turned into hours-long standoff between security forces and up to 4 people holed up in apartment near the Stade de France stadium that was attacked by the suicide bombers on Friday. Another news highlight from Daily News. Families of disappeared intimated. The visiting members of the United Nations Working Group on Enforcing Involuntary Disappearance yesterday alleged that some of the persons they met had questioned by authorities. Another news highlight from Daily News. Certain action if there is proof. Foreign Minister Mangala Samaravira said a certain action will be taken against any person irrespective of status of allegation made by the UN Working Group that some of the people whom they met had later been questioned by the third party are proven. Finally, let's move to the paper highlights from today's newspaper Ceylon Today. Main headlines from Ceylon Today. UN group visits Trinco torture chamber. Another news highlight from Ceylon Today. Janaka Bandara get bails. Former Minister Janaka Bandara Thenukone was released on bail yesterday by the Kandy High Court. ASP Ruan Gunasekara said Thenukone was released on bail by Kandy Provincial High Court Judge Menaka Jayasundara. Another news highlight from Ceylon Today. CAA sailing on prices. The Consumer Affairs Authority will for the first time be introducing a maximum retail price for 6 essential consumer items effective from tomorrow. According to the Minister of Industry and Commerce, Rishad Badiuddin, the new maximum prices are being introduced to protect consumer against sudden price hikes. The new maximum price are introduced to safeguard consumers from sudden market price hikes, especially during the forthcoming festive season. Another news highlight from Ceylon Today. One shot takes Avantgarde to bribery commission. The Deputy Minister of Social Service and Welfare Ranjit Ramanayakas yesterday logged a complaint against the chairman of Avantgarde Maritime Services Private Limited, Nishanka Senadipati, with the commission to investigate cases of bribery and corruption for having tried to bribe Minister Rajitha Sena Ratna with rupees 5 million. Another news highlight from Ceylon Today. Cabinet approved abolition of presidency. Cabinet yesterday approved 2 proposals submitted by President Maithripala Sirisena to abolish the executive presidency and to change the election system of proportional representation. Cabinet also approved the appointment of subcommittee all parties represented in Parliament of this proposed. Cabinet decided to Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe would chair the parliamentary subcommittee. We brought you the paper highlights from today's newspaper. We will bring you more tomorrow. Thank you.